Okay, we're live. I'm gonna change some settings, let people join here. Not doing any comm subs today. I was busy editing, so I never got to finish that, and I'm probably not going to do it on stream, because that just ends up being bad. Late one today. I don't think you were even awake for yesterday if you're calling today late. I don't know, yesterday was around the same time, but it just went for really long. We're just doing a no reset today. I'm not letting that happen again. I don't know, does the chat overlay not work? What are you doing, man? Oh, shit. No reset, you sure? I've done no reset basically every day for the past few days. I'm sure. We're fine. Okay, listen. It's not like the start of the series, which I think you were there for. I'm good at the game now, so I would never catastrophically fumble to the point where I just get double jump and Reaper Crest and then do Twisted Ending. No, day 5? What's that? Number 5 doesn't even exist. What are you talking about? Also, my room sob yesterday, is not actually a room sob because Jihanaki's old version of that room sob was around 0.2 faster. But either way, we got the weird cheated Gaia one off the leaderboard. Not even punished for that. That's crazy. Missed a needle hit and I was not punished. That's time save. That's a 233? Dude. I guess 233 is just free now. I really want to 14-0x enter Wormways. I know we can do it. That would put me on world record pace, technically. Or at least 49 pace. I think you can do a 49 with a 14-1x. Just realized what I sound like to non-speedrunners. Whatever, they'll figure it out. Or ask in chat. Or just lurk. Calling you all out. I mean, on that topic, I should give my old spiel. You have any questions about the Silksong, about the run or the game, the Silksong? And that's the character I'm playing as. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I love talking about the speedrun, and I love talking about this game. Anything as simple as the game's language, which is Chinese, because it's faster. Also, damn, I'm washed. Should never speak again. Kill me. This guy's all the way... What are we doing? Yeah, 14 1x is never. Ooh, that was a clean jump. In fact, it was a bit too clean. Honestly, kind of dangerous. Never doing that again, I guess. Okay, I'll practice Moss Home then. I feel like my ending to that room is slow anyways. Got better at that pogo though. Also, I don't know if my my audience has any overlap with Subnautica speedruns. Honestly, there's a chance it does, because I know so many Subnautica speedrunners in the Silksong community. But if you've watched a Salvner speedrun, he's very, very interesting to watch, because at least his old any % runs, he would explain everything, every single time. And he got so good at it that he could basically explain the entire run in 30 minutes, basically like a script, because he had said it so many times, but there was no script. And it's just very interesting. I now know a lot about, well, not a lot, but I know a decent amount about Subnautica speedruns just from watching his runs. It's very interesting. Should I do that? It would be a little bit tiring for me, but it'd give me a little bit of something to interest myself and the viewers each run. Explain, like, my neutral pogos. Explain the game's language. Dash cancels, wave dashes. I could just explain the basic tech in the run. Would that be annoying, or should I do that? I'm about to die. Go for it, I guess. Well, we'll start right now. So, a few ways to increase the speed of your Silk Spears is something called a turnaround cancel and a landing cancel. Because after doing a needle swing, you get a lot of cooldown before you're allowed to Silk Spear. But by just turning to the side and turning back towards your target, you can speed up your Silk Spear cast. Or if you do your needle swing in the air and then land on the ground, that landing cancels that cooldown as well. So in that Bell Beast fight, there's a few times where I needed to Silk Spear. You'd always see me in the middle of the air while I'm doing my needle hit, and then landing on the ground to get that extra speed. Allows us to cast Silk Spears much faster. Additionally, Bell Beast is a completely scripted fight. We can skip the second phase by getting it to 26 hits by the phase transition, or no, 25 hits by the phase transition, and giving it 5 more hits on that final little scream in the middle, and instantly kill the boss before it can go off screen, using those Silk Spear landing cancels. I'll try to develop that whole spiel over time. But we can start with these streams where it's only like 3 people who are my regular viewers. I'll get good at it eventually. Where we want to go next now is the Swift Step ability, which obviously lets us move a lot faster. And that is all the way across in Deep Dogs, and so we're going to have to run quite a ways with these neutral pogos. We will need a few rosaries along the way. But not that many because we're kind of slow right now. Salvner just has such an interesting way of talking, though. I don't know if I can ever match that. I always told myself if I got really good at speedrunning a game, I'd be like that, though, because that was just very nice for a viewer. Well, as a viewer. What's this guy's name? The guy I'm about to kill? Is this Terry? This is Terry the dock worker, right? I forget who named him. Was it Belts? I mean, I know him by Timestamp Guy, because that's what Mangle Monster would always timestamp. Should have explained Flintstone Pogo. We're about to do a skit called Paid Actor Pogo. Basically, I paid an actor on this ledge to stand still for me. He's getting a huge pay cut, I guess. Let's just get up here a bit quicker. And then this room's actually one of the hardest in the entire segment, because of these pogos. They're completely optional, but they also look cool, and so that's what really matters. First arena here. Very easy arena. Everything's fully scripted out. Really just all about lining up your Silk Spears to hit as many enemies as you can, and getting a few landing cancels like that, and turnaround cancels like that. Hey, that one's pretty good. I'll reuse that one. I think I got a good explanation for Ant Arena. We're developing it right now, okay? We're making change right here. Typing with one hand, I can tell. You sound like you're having a stroke. You look like my YouTube commenters. I guess you are one, so there you go. What we're going to be doing now is what I call wave dashing, what the rest of the community calls pogo dashing. I call it wave dashing because I like thinking of Celeste. Basically, we just do a jump, a pogo, and a dash in very quick succession. And it lets us reset our dash over and over again because the start is always faster, and so we want to restart the dash as many times as possible. Ooh, holy speed. Hope I only got 8 rosaries. No, no. Bad wave dashes. Bad wave dashes. With dash, we are not actually going to go pick up Drifter's Cloak, because we do not need Drifter's Cloak. We can skip it entirely. You're intended to be able to get into Act 2 without Drifter's Cloak, but you're not intended to be able to beat the game without Cloak. But we're speedrunners, so we don't care. So we're gonna run right back through the marrow, pick up a ton of rosaries like that. And eventually buy a simple key and enter Wormways, which we'll be doing in around a minute here. Dude. Hate that rosary rock. What the hell, man? We should name all the enemies we kill. Except for these two. They don't deserve a name. There's our simple key. We're at full health, don't need to take the bench. Jump up onto this elevator with a slash momentum cancel. A lot more precise than it looks. I was about to call this my favorite room in the game, but it just instantly got demoted, so that's unfortunate. Easy skip. Now we're in Wormways. Wormways has entirely RNG worms, and I have to react to what they're all doing. There's a few parts that are guaranteed, but most of it, like that hallway, is completely RNG. I've had to practice this segment tons to try to get this all down, but a few things like the worm elevator there are actually predictable, and honestly easier than they look. This hallway is the hardest part, and I failed it because of RNG. And I could have done a faster strat there. But I didn't because I'm scared. Now we're out of Wormways though, and so there is no more RNG. We're now doing Garma skip. This skips Sister Splinter and like half of Shellwood. I have failed. Nice. Was supposed to do one more hit on the wall, but I missed it. This works by luring a fascia, there's a few ways of pronouncing it, up to that area, and then just going to where you'd normally be after the Sister Splinter boss fight, saving around 2 minutes. That was so free, but I thought I was gonna get hit. Okay, we're not gonna invent a spiel right now for flower skip, because I'm currently ashamed of myself. Maybe one day. What did Greg Tech Idiot just say? I thought auto chat moderator would block non-English messages. Maybe I don't have that set up. Oh, you're supposed to, come on. Oh man, I forgot what we were practicing here. Dude. One day I'll get a spiel for that as well. We're now gonna fight Widow. This is actually the hardest boss in the run, not because she's normally hard, just because the speedrun strats for this get very technical. The main thing you're gonna see me doing is comboing a dash attack and side hit, followed by a landing cancel, but also the much harder strat, which I got there once, is pogoing through the boss. Like that. Never mind. This works because Silksong allows you to get iframes while pogoing, and this can be abused by straight up dashing through enemies and bosses. In this case, letting us turn around and end up right on the other side of Widow, and increasing our swing speed significantly because dashes block needle cooldown. Should have a separate spiel for dash cancels. Also, sum of best is 4942. What we have now is probably the slowest part of the run. There's around 2 cutscenes here, and a lot of just stuff like this. Tutorial for the new Needle-In ability. Very basic platforming. I have to do a little bit of a weird skip there because we don't have Glide, but it's not much of a skip because you're intended to be able to do it without Glide. Again, most of Act 1 is supposed to be beatable without it. But now we have a very long cutscene, and so I can eat food. This is the only major cutscene of the run, really. Dinner. So true. Actually not gonna eat any food, because apparently I already did while I was editing. Dude, I made such a good edit today. Who here remembers my crafting animations from the E2E movie and some parts of TFG? Because I might have just made the single best crafting animation of my career for GTNH. It only took me 3.5 hours. For what item? Right now it is just the Steam Macerator. But I am going to make another one for the Steam Compressor, and then the Steam Forge Hammer. Oh, it's also for the piston in the Macerator and Compressor. Now that we've freed Bellheart, we get the only needle upgrade of the entire run. We know this needle upgrade is optimal because it nearly doubles your needle damage for free, and because we have to defeat Widow anyways, because the fastest way to enter Act 2 requires the needle-in. We are already here in Bellheart to collect this free needle upgrade. The second needle upgrade was in the route at one point, but it's way slower, but we know this one will stay the fastest forever. Or maybe not forever. Sea of Sorrow could change anything. Maybe they make it cost 100 rosaries. That would probably single-handedly knock it out of the route.
That's fine.
I hope they don't do that. Now that we have this needle upgrade, though, we are heading off to the Citadel. Most players would have taken the Last Judge to do this. Dude, come on. Most players would have taken the Last Judge to do this, but this is entirely optional because there's another path through Sinner's Road or Bilewater that fights Phantom. This is a much easier boss, but much harder to find as a trade-off. Luckily, we don't have to find it because we've memorized the entire map.
Buenera.
We're about to do a skip called Timothy Chalamet skip. Stab Timothy Chalamet in the face, stall in the air, pogo him twice. Why is it called Timothy Chalamet skip? Not telling you. I'm a gatekeeper. That's a gold? I golded a segment I never practiced. Oh, nope. We're getting a lot of golds today. That's a bit weird. Shouldn't have done that. We're now in the mist. This is a mostly random area. But there are a lot of ways that we can sway the RNG in our favor or predict it. Oh, no, not sway the RNG. Never mind. Well, there kind of is, but not really. Some ways we can predict it is here by juggling the room. We're on the third room now, even though we just solved this as the second room. And I know that the third room has to be solved with a left or right exit, and so I'll just take the left exit of that room. Okay, I'm cooked. I think I just lost. It's because I dash repressed. Okay, I'm gonna reset the mist. I should not dash repress in the mist. We're gonna do mist practice soon, but... no dash repressing in the mist. Anyways, I'll restart the whole spiel. Might as well. Mist is solved by following these flies to a correct exit. Once you do so, you enter another layout. There are 8 total layouts in the mist. I've memorized all of them, their full layout and all the exits that can be used. Oh jeez, it's so bad. In some cases, though, you don't need to follow the flies because room 3 and 5 are entirely predictable, as seen there. I just dash repressed again, never learn. Oh, this is peak. The final mist room is solved by taking a right exit, but by juggling like this, I can take the exact same... kill me. The exact same right exit I just entered from, and complete the mist like that. I really gotta do mist practice. Is this comm sub? Yes. Imagine I get a 52 while failing the mist. Holy peak. Phantom's one of the easiest fights in the game, which I will still somehow manage to die to, because I'm washed. Or I'll at least lose 10 seconds to whatever bullshit this is. It's the most consistent fight in the run, and one of the easiest, again. I'm just bad. She can also go into negative health, like right now she's at negative 40, because I staggered her. She's the only boss that can do that. There's ways around that, but I failed, so... Washed. True. I think I'll practice Widow today. The Widow segment and the Widow boss. None of the actual early game segments went particularly badly, though maybe I want to practice Silk Spear. And actually segments don't count, we haven't reached there in the Great Room Summoning of 05. I don't know why it's of 05. It's 2026. The Great Room Summoning of 26, I guess. I don't know what I'm text skipping, it's nothing. In Act 2, the game becomes a lot more straightforward if we're just going for the normal ending, which we are because it's any percent. And so our goal right now is just to get the quest for the 3 melodies, pick up Clawline, and then pick up said 3 melodies and beat the game. The melodies in order are Vault Keeper's Melody, Architect's Melody, and Conductor's Melody. We'll be getting the Vault Keeper's Melody in around 5 minutes, just from a psalm cylinder in the middle of the Whispering Vaults after we pick up Clawline. Works out very well for us, because we have to go there anyways for said Clawline ability. What are you doing? Sure, we'll just do the cool up/wall jumps on both platforms. For fun. Stop it! Every time I dash, repress, and wave dash. That's not what you're supposed to do. I can consistently get 0 cycle, and instead I pull that shit. The boss that unlocks these 3 melodies is the Cogwork Dancers. This fight is a very well telegraphed and honestly kind of scripted fight. The boss does not share a health bar. If we just kill one of them, the phase changes, and the first wave is entirely predictable. Just like that. I failed, I missed a hit. Target the right dancer in phase 2 because it's the only health bar in the center attack, which we did not see, but makes it marginally faster in some cases. But in this phase we want to target the left dancer because it attacks last, and so we get a lot more time to bully it in a corner. No. No, that's really bad. Okay. I hate that so much. I saw someone do that, where they do a dash attack and it hits the boss really early. You have to wait quite a bit longer before you can do that. Just walk right through its non-existent hitbox. I've done that multiple times now. I should learn from my mistakes. Okay, that could have been peak if I just committed. Ugh. We're now entering Cogwork Core, one of the best songs of the game, and also, apparently, the most scuffed platforming of the game. I used to hold the world record for this room. You can see why that's in past tense, though. Damn, I'm washed. One day I'll have a better spiel for that, if I can do it right. Now for the first real arena of the run. A lot of the Citadel arenas get very technical, like that enemy manip I just did by jumping to line them up all perfectly. And this wave, which is actually partially RNG, because that bell thrower can end up going out of line like that. What am I doing? I'm not sure. Holy peak. Will we save time in a single segment today? Let's find out. Nice silk spear, genius. I should have gotten hit there. Kill me. Dude, silk spear. I'm playing like it's October. That's embarrassing. Only lost 2 seconds? What did PB do? This is the only wall jump in the... Well, this is the only, necessary spot for a glide in the entire game, but on this patch, the release version of the game, we can actually just wall jump right past the glide spot, and that is the only reason we can beat the game without glide. Everything else does not need glide, but that one jump is the minor glitch that lets us do all this. It is important to bring up the category I'm running. This is any percent no major glitches. The major glitches distinction is important because we're still allowed a few things like that abuse old versions of the game, but we're not allowed to use things like room duping and menu storage that literally break the game over our knee and beat the game in 8 minutes. The most glitchy thing you'll see here is an animation cancel or a janky wall jump. If it weren't for High Halls Arena, this would be my favorite arena in the game. It's just a very satisfying arena that I can do with my eyes closed. Oh, finally I do this room right. It's been months and I've failed it in every single run. Now that we have Clawline, the movement tech is getting a lot more complex. Mixing in Clawline with our wave dashes, doing a bunch of mid-air Clawlines into ledge grabs. A bunch of stuff like that. Gets very, very satisfying. Most speedrunners agree that this segment, Vault Keeper's Melody, is the best movement segment in the entire run. I don't know if I'd say that, because Architect's Melody is pretty good as well. And honestly, Enter High Hall's Arena is great as well. But it's up there. Also, we did save time on a segment. Huge.
Kaspin, Katestre. Kaspain,
Oh, that saves a lot of time. Right, because PB was really bad here. First time not fumbling that segment in the last, like, 2 weeks.
Megina Full.
0.42 off gold. I would take that for an unpracticed segment. Don't... Okay, whatever. Didn't lose time over it, doesn't matter. What do you mean? Okay, now we're two-shot. Since we're running on an old version of the game, the cogs in Cogwart Core deal double damage, and a lot of enemies in High Hall's Arena actually have more health. What's relevant right now, though, is those double damage cogs. I'm on 4 health, meaning just one fumble could put me to a single hit, and if I die, there is no chance of PB. Now, I already failed the mist, so there's actually already no chance of PB, but you get the idea. The intended solution to the Cogwart Core is entirely a suggestion, though. And even without Glide, we can beat the whole room in just 27 seconds, barely hooking onto a single one of those clawline hooks, and beating the room just like that. Dude, when I talk over segments, I do way better. Yeah, I'm doing this for all the future streams. I don't care if I have to re-explain every game mechanic in the entire game 3 times a day. This is peak. We might actually get a 52. Best run of the last week, and I failed the mist. The Yappler, for real. What was that? I got some kind of early control there. I might have to look into that. I was text skipping for no reason. If it weren't for the Cogwart Defender at the start of Cogwart Core, this would actually be a gold. Honestly, just as hard as getting up to the top of Cogwart Core is leaving Cogwart Core. That drop is quite technical, but also once you learn it, it's pretty free. Which I guess is the case with every strat in a speedrun. Once you do it enough times, it's fine. Unless it's RNG, then it's never fun. Ow, okay. I say ow because that mentally hurt me. Scuffed as hell. Blindfold any percent run when? Honestly, I might. But I don't have a face cam, and I'm not planning to get a face cam, so you couldn't actually prove that I'm doing it blindfolded. Coming up is the most flashy room in the game, and honestly a very easy room. I will be embarrassed if I mess it up. I don't need to explain why it's flashy, though. Oh, okay. Don't need to explain why it's flashy, though. Just watch this. There we go. There is a tiny gap in the spikes that is just enough for Hornet to fit through, with a room for error of around 2 pixels, but using that lineup, it's actually really free. And so I can quite literally do it with my eyes closed, because it's all timing, not actually difficult. Don't have to look at anything. Kill me. Kill me. You know what? Yes, kill me. No, I don't want him to. I find the idea of a 52 this run very funny. I don't want him to. Dude! I'm so bad! I'm so bad! This is my worst High Halls arena in almost 3 months already! And we're on 3rd wave! This is not even speedrunner bad, this is just bad! What are we doing?! Okay, yapping does not work on arenas, that's only good for movement. Dude, I'm still fumbling. I'm still fumbling. We're done. We're done, okay? No more fumbling. Last waves will be peak. Once I get this heal. Sure. Sure. You're... Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna die in real life. I'm actually gonna have a stroke. This isn't even a hard arena for speedrunners, I'm just incredibly washed. That's not how you do that at all! Why'd that kind of work out? That should not happen. What are we doing? Just kill me! Thank you! Thank you! Shit, man! Finally free from whatever fresh hell that was. Hi, Darmon. Brother. Okay. We take it seriously now. We're fine. No. Could've used that to my advantage, instead I'm killing myself. Again. Yes. It's beautiful. It's truly a sight to behold. Really? Okay. Reminder that I do not have double jump. Stop it! What are you doing? I somehow have muscle memory for a strat that has never existed. Searching for a high halls arena strat that doesn't exist. Dude, I did not spread out my damage at all. For the record, that is a shit high halls arena, but at least I didn't die. I just got the worst and second worst high halls arena of the month. Possibly of the year. Write this down in the history books. And we're still getting sub-hour, that's the best part. I'd have to play on controller to not get sub-hour. Also, don't mind the silk spear there, that was just for texture, I guess. What does that even mean? Oh boy. I hope I don't die to lace 2. I would never die to lace 2. Okay, I just need to remember to run far enough to the left, because apparently that's what I've forgotten every stream. Also, all the Salvner LARPing is done now. Okay, we're done with the Salvner LARPing. Salvner is a good Subnautica speedrunner. I'm a bad Silksong speedrunner. We can't LARP anymore. I'm sorry. Maybe next stream. Claw line? Dude, phase change! Okay, sure, phase 2, go. Or phase 3. Phase 3 before phase 2. Oh, but she has phase 2 attacks. Better than dying, marginally. Still an awful fight, but I've died in recent streams, so I can't even complain anymore. We've hit the we've hit the absolute bottom of the barrel for lace fights here. Holy peak. At least I didn't need to heal in the fight. We're better than that. Not really. Holy. Why did I do a needle swing? Yes. Well, the run started good. I think that's about as many good things as I can say about this. It did start pretty okay. Dude, what do you mean that Silk Spear was too high? Nice heal, dumbass. Wake the hell up. Claw line with 0 silk as well. You know, I've gotten really good at the death climb for GMS, and I don't know how to feel about that. I just failed the death climb, by the way. I haven't ever been ahead in Act 2. Or not ever, of course, because I've had more than one speedrun. But in the last month, I haven't been ahead in Act 2 at all. Why did that turnaround not really work? Oh. Omega Wash. You know what? Maybe in summer I'll become a top 3 speedrunner when I have more time. Because... Dude. With everything that's happened in the last few months, my average daily Silksong playtime has dropped to just 2 hours, which is the lowest ever. And it shows, because this is a worse fight. If it's a second attempt, it's a worse fight than, like, my average. Not even my average, like, worse fight than what was considered a bad fight 3 months ago. And it's still sub-hour. Dumb. I got some gold, though. Honestly, I want to edit GTNH, so I'm gonna end stream. I was gonna do some practice, but no, I just want to... I'm on that editing grind set.